Dan Illman, Mike Buer, race number 8 at Arlington on Saturday, the Grade 3 American Derby at a mile and a 16th on the turf for 3-year-olds. Let's take a peek at this field. Interesting group, big field, evenly matched. The number 1 is High Crime, and this is a speedster going dirt to turf as he makes his turf debut. He's raced once on synthetic in his career. He ran pretty well, if you believe that form sort of translates. For me, the big question is distance. He's gone a mile and a 16th once in his career. He was run down after opening up a big lead in the stretch. I wonder if the pace is going to be a little bit too hot for him and the distance might be too tough. But what do you think about him on the turf?
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to see a little more turf pedigree. I do like the violence is on the grass, though, and he's by a smart strike mare, but I didn't see a ton of turf in his pedigree. And like you, I'm worried about distance. I think his dirt form is fine, though.
Number 2 is War Film, big buyer, 2 starts back at Churchill Downs, going a mile and a 16th, running against some nice ones, Digital Age, Social Paranoia. But right now, those are the creme de la creme of the 3-year-old turf horses, are among them. And last time out in the Murphy, I was a little disappointed, just didn't fire. I'm going to say he didn't have any pace in that spot, and it's going to be a completely different scenario this time around.
I agree with that. I think he was badly pace compromised last time. I thought his American Turf was an okay performance. I thought his Transylvania was an okay performance. This horse has upside. I think he's going to run a lot better on Saturday.
Faraway Kitten, the number 3, goes out for Michael Maker, who just knows how to place these horses. And that's why he's made a lot of money with horses like Oscar Nominated and a couple of others that were really nice horses, but for most of their career were grade 3, grade 2s. And then you look at their earnings and they're over $1 million. Faraway Kitten found the Mystic Lake Derby last time out, went off the 6-5 favorite, looked like he was shuffled back on the turn and in behind horses and in big trouble. Once he dove to the rail, he absolutely exploded, but he absolutely exploded against horses that would be tough in this spot.
I mean, that's the real question. He's facing some much better horses this time around, but I don't know. I think he's run pretty well in each of his last 3 starts for Maker. I think this horse is getting better, Dan. And now, obviously, he has to improve to beat this field, but I think he's headed that way.
Strong Will is the number 4. Like High Crime, the rail horse going dirt to turf with some speed and perhaps some distance issues to address. First 2 races sprinting, no problem. Last time out, they stretched him out, and the trash man came for him in the stretch.
The trash man did come for him in the stretch. The distance is a huge question in here, and he's another one. There's not a ton of turf pedigree here.
Next up is Bundy Boone on the number 5, a horse that would appreciate some pace on top. And last time out, in a non-winners of 1X at Churchill Downs, he gave his career best buyer performance in 85. Personally, I thought he had a great setup. There was a big pace. He had the jockey repellent on in mid-pack in the early portion. He came wide. He got impeded a little bit in mid-stretch when a horse drifted in front of him, but he ran fine. I just thought, he's supposed to take advantage of that race if he's going to win a graded stake.
Thought so too. Should have gotten through the N1X condition last time and couldn't do it. This race might set up for him, Dan. He'll be running at the end. I thought there were better options than this horse, though.
You always have to respect trainer Chris Block. He has another mystery in this race. This horse has won his last 2 starts, albeit over the polytrack surface at Arlington Park, and his only 2 turf races at the fairgrounds were not great. But this is a horse that seems to be improving at the right time and certainly has that grass pedigree.
Yeah, I'm not going to go overboard on his first 2 starts. He feels like maybe a horse who just needed he needed some racing. He has improved in his last 2 starts. As you say, he's wicked bred to be a turf horse and to go long. There are things to like about this horse at a long price.
Turf debut for Corn Starch, and this barn's done really good work this year, winning 25% of the time. And over the past 30 days, as we see from this formulator fact, 4 for 13 and a $2.30 ROI. This horse is bred for distance, has won around 2 turns, but this is going to be the all-important turf debut. And while I love the Awesome Agains going long, I don't especially love him on the grass.
I agree with that. I do like him going long, though. This horse was no match for another mystery last time, and he's going to have to really, really improve on the turf.
Rhythmia goes second off the claim for Michael Rivas. This is a horse that has good tactical speed. I could see him sitting second or third. Let's see where Timeform US has him as it pertains to the pace projector. They have Strong Will, the 4, out in front. They have High Crime, the 1, out in second. And they've got Rhythmia sitting a little bit further back than usual, as he did last time out, just stepping way up in class.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a really tough spot for this horse. He's won a couple of times on turf, but against 20 claimers, he's probably in way over his head in a race like this.
Third in the time form U.S. pace projectors next door. That's The Last Zip. And The Last Zip is a horse who graduated last time out at Belmont, and he just got an easy lead, I thought, for the first quarter
Yeah.
mile. He just was able to set it down. The favorite came for him late. He held that horse safe. He has earned competitive buyers in his last two. But we're going to learn a lot from this horse chasing, I believe, a faster pace while facing
Yeah.
better horses.
He's got things working against him, Dan, but he's one of those horses where I like all of his races. He ran well sprinting. He has been even better since they stretched him out. Even though he got loose last time, he does not need the lead to run his best race, so he can get a good trip in this race. I think it's going to be tougher for him, but I think this horse is pretty good too.
I thought Mixed Star ran well last time out at Churchill. I think he's improving at the right time for Tom Amos, is doing well at Arlington. This horse was able to get to a very easy lead that day. Mixed Star came calling for him in the stretch, but he had a lot of fight. And he really took Mixed Star to the limit, down to the wire. It's his second start of the form cycle. But my main concern is you look at his two wins and his big placing last time out. He likes to be close, and the pace might be fast for him in here.
Yeah, he's not going to get the sort of easy lead that he got last time. Last time he just made the pace, and Crafty Daddy was just very content to track off him early. This time it feels like he may not be able to get that trip, but he did improve last time, and he ran a really nice race last time, and this horse has upside.
Key to this race is Flying Scotsman. He might be a little bit of an underlay because we have not seen him since November, but he showed true talent last year in Southern California as a 2-year-old. 91 buyer, when a graded stakes winner in the Cecil B. DeMille. I liked the way he won that race. There was a loose pace setter. He was on the chase. He attacked on the turn, and he just drew clear very nicely. Now, obviously, something went amiss to cause the layoff. He's now with a good trainer in Jack Sisterson. If he runs anything close to his races at 2, he's going to be tough, but it's a big question mark off the layoff.
It's a question mark off the layoff, but I agree with everything you said about him. If he takes a step forward in here, he's going to be an absolute handful. He won that race so easily last time in fast time. I don't know if he improves off that. He's tough. I'm going to try and beat him in this race as he comes off the layoff, but he's a very dangerous horse.
Mike, remember when horses used to go through their conditions? That's what Brad Cox did with Crafty Daddy. Maiden winner, now winners of one other then, now winners of 3 life. Parked himself right off Mixed Star last time out, and I thought he gave a nice effort to run that horse down. This horse is steadily gaining confidence, and what I like about him is while he was close to the pace in his last 2 races, he came from way out of it to win 3 starts back at the fairgrounds. He's versatile. He's well connected. This horse might be okay at sort of a 3-1, 7-2, 4-1 price.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for with him. I really liked his win last time, and yeah, he had a good trip. But I just liked the way he won that race. It felt like he was always going to get Mixed Star, and he did get him at the end. His maiden win at fairgrounds, that was a really good performance. Not only did he get bumped at the start and wind up way back off the pace, he got bumped again at the top of the stretch as he was starting his run, and he closed that race down strongly. I think this horse is pretty good.
Conative completes the field. This horse might not have liked the yielding ground in the Penn Mile, but he was also 103-1 that day after being entered for a $75,000 tag. He has a lot to prove from a tough post.
Yeah, as you mentioned, though, the barn's going good. This horse can do better than he did last time.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the American Derby. Again, Flying Scotsman, to me, I'm not sure if I really want to lean on him too heavily because he's coming off of a layoff. It's a barn switch. He's shipping all the way across the country. I just like what I saw as a 2-year-old, and I think he can sit in mid-pack off the pace. I think he's very logical. I'm going 11, 9, 5, and 12, and I'll probably use all 4 in any kind of multiple race wagers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not way against Flying Scotsman, but I think maybe I can get him off the left here. I really like what I've seen from Crafty Daddy. You know, post 12's no bargain for him, but if he can get a trip from out there, I like him. I went 12, 2, 11, and 9.
Fun race, the Grade 3 American Derby, one of several graded races at Arlington on Saturday. As an approximate post of 5:19 Central. Best of luck.